What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. These past couple days, there's been a lot going on in the space. There's been a lot of new projects coming up. There's been a lot of new projects that have been dropping. So I just want to cover some projects that I think can possibly do well in a certain category of the anime meta. And then further along in the video, I'm going to talk about what I see in the market at the current moment. I'm also going to be talking about some other upcoming projects that are not in the anime meta, but I think are going to be explosive in the future. And I also want to say thank you very much for 17,000 subscribers, and we have hit 110,000 followers on Twitter, which is pretty crazy, guys, growing super fast. So thank you for all of the support, guys. So let's go ahead and get started in the video, guys. Make sure to go leave a like down below, go comment down below, and do all that good stuff, guys. Okay, so right before we get into these other projects, I just want to show you guys the volume. So we do have a little bit of slowdown in the market for volume. We do see those blue chip floor prices slowly retracing, guys, and quite frankly, I'm not really that worried about it as long as Ethereum and gas prices stay pretty low. There's just so many big projects dropping. And also I want to say that you shouldn't be super heavily invested into NFTs if you cannot afford to lose it in the first place. So you know, if you are super emotional and super constantly scared about what's going to happen with the market, then you probably are over invested. So make sure you guys are not doing that. And so right before we go ahead and get started with the first project, I just want to show you guys this tweet right here. I said this is what happens every single time a new project moons and starts a new trend. Basically what I'm saying is whenever there's a new meta, all the projects want to start copying, and we're going to see tons of derivatives. And the projects I'm showing you guys in this video, just be very careful. These might be cash grabs. These might be projects that are derivatives. So just be super careful. I'm going to call it out as it is. But let's go ahead and get started with the first project. We have Tsuzuki. This project obviously has gained tons of traction, obviously because of the meta. Currently right now, they almost have 50,000 followers at the current moment. I'm not too sure when they're going to release. I don't know too much about all of these projects. All I know is that they have tons of traction and they are in the current wave of what the NFT space likes right now. So here we can just see tons of engagement for these whitelist spots and all that stuff. And then obviously we can go down, see the art is obviously really cool and all, but at the end of the day, it's just a part of the meta. You know, this is a girl, little anime waifu art. You know, obviously this is something that a lot of people like. There's tons of anime fans in the NFT space, as I've said many times before. And we see constantly their whitelist giveaway spots are over 10,000 likes and all that stuff. But then also at the same time, keep into consideration that pretty much all their posts are just whitelist giveaways. There's nothing really else going on here. So that's what their Twitter is being used for, all just whitelist giveaways. So that's kind of why they have all these followers. So we have seen other projects like Hype Bears and all that generate tons of followers through only whitelist giveaways, which is not the best thing to see, because you know that doesn't really end up that well if all your hype is just coming from whitelist giveaways, because that's going to bring a lot of flippers into your project. So just keep an eye out for that. All of these projects that are in this current wave, current meta, I would say they are a flip. I don't really know what the teams are doing behind the scenes, but all I know is that these projects are probably not going to last too long. So just keep an eye out for that. Now, the next one here, we have Ethereal Art. And obviously here we can see a super clean aesthetic of art. And again, I know a lot of you guys don't really care about the art. You just want to make a flip, all cool and all that. And what a lot of people do after the reveal happens for these projects is obviously they dump them. But then there's this other chunk and portion of people that scoop up the really expensive rare ones. So, you know, if you do stumble upon a rare piece in these anime collections, you could possibly be selling it for a lot of money. So just keep an eye out for that. And I don't know if you guys are those type of people that want to hold on to it. That is super cool. But just in these anime metas, guys, these like waves and these cycles in the market, they don't really last too long. So just keep your eye out for that. Again, tons of engagement, tons of whitelist giveaway hype and all that cool stuff. But obviously just another one I wanted to make sure you guys keep your eye on for sure. So that's all for that one. Now let's get into this next project. We have Sakura, I believe that's what it's called. Here we have another one, smaller piece collection, 5555, super cool. Obviously they say generative collection inspired by Japan. You know, I would love to say that they're like, you know, super unique on all this, but to be honest, none of these projects really are. It's just a part of the wave right now, part of the meta. Or until we see some like revolutionary artists or like some super influential artists, like let's say Takashi Murakami, I'm not going to really be super hyped about any of these anime projects. But besides that, obviously art here looks super cool, super clean aesthetic. But obviously I just wanted to put this one on your guys' radar because this looks like the Azuki woman's derivative, which obviously could be really cool. And the first project that we see to become like the next biggest project after Azuki is going to be massive. So whatever project that is, guys, keep your eyes out for that for sure. We constantly see people try to ride these metas, which is no problem, but most of the time these projects are cash grabs. I'm not saying these projects are cash grabs, but I also am saying that they possibly could. So just keep your eye out for that. Now we see here they're giving out the whitelist spots and all that. Tons of likes, tons of engagement, super cool. They have really cool themes and all that cool stuff. But overall, guys, I'm not really going to be emotionally invested into these projects. I'm not going to be making these projects my profile picture or anything in that realm. These are projects I'm probably just going to make sure I can get a good flip on, and that's it for now. But obviously there is going to be some projects that I'm going to mention further along in the video, which I do believe are going to be great long-term holds, so make sure to stay for that. But guys, besides that, these are some of the derivatives of Tsuzuki and some of the like anime projects that I think are going to do really well in the market. And again, I'm just trying to put these projects on your guys' radar, so make sure you go ahead and check them out for yourself, do your own research, and obviously this is not financial advice. So with that being said, now let's get into some projects that I actually believe are going to be great long-term holds, and they actually have great solid teams. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about projects that are actually trying to innovate in the space and projects that are actually going to be great long-term holds, and if I can get my hands on these projects, I'm going to make sure I can hold on to them. So the first one we have here is Antonym, and since day one this project has stood out to me as a project that is completely different and that is actually innovating in the space. And I have spoken to the team here, and Antonym has given Dark Echelon, which is my project, some whitelist spots. So they have a powerhouse team, and they also have a super solid branding model currently right now. And I think that this team definitely knows how to execute and actually knows how to deliver. And I like how they take their time with every single person that actually wants to get onto the whitelist for their project. And they actually have set a really high standard in my mind of what a project should be doing. They've had their Twitter launched for a very long time, for I think a few months now. And they have just been taking their time, taking things slow, making sure they can actually build a real community. Unlike a lot of these projects like those derivatives I showed you earlier, those are just going to be quick release projects, boom, done, which is what you always see in the NFT space. But with these projects, I think they're actually taking their time. They want to build a real community, and they are here for the long term. So that is really cool. Now let's get into the next one. We have Pixelmon. This is another project that a lot of you guys know about. I think all you guys know about, actually. They have tons of followers, and I have spoken about Pixelmon many times, but I want to speak about them again because I think that this is a project that fits in this category with Antonym. And Pixelmon obviously has been taking their time for a very long time, and they are going to be releasing very soon, which is exciting for a lot of people. But even with this project, their auctions for their other pieces went for like I think 17 ETH. So that is pretty crazy, guys. I think the floor price right off the bat will be very high for this project, which again, if you are in it for the long term, then I don't think you'll care about the floor price. But this is just one of these projects that I think have a really solid team and actually have a real team, unlike other projects, and they're actually going to execute, and they actually have some really cool sneak peeks going on here. And when I first saw this project, I wasn't bought. You know, I thought it was just going to be another one of these metaverse plays and all this stuff. But you know, as it's been out, it grew on me a lot, and I actually am starting to really like this project, and I am excited for this project. And if I can get my hands on one, that'll be really cool. But overall, guys, I just think this project is going to perform very well, and obviously this is one of the most hyped projects we've ever seen. So with that being said, let's get into the next one. We have Tasty Bones. This is another one of these projects that actually have a really solid team, and I do believe they are for the community. But one thing I'm going to say is that they have built a lot of their hype off of the whitelist giveaways, which again is no problem, and I do think they have some really serious hype. But in terms of their art, obviously, I don't think this can fit into the meta forever. This does look like a lot of other projects. You might say it's a derivative, even though it's not. But, you know, they do have a really small supply of 5,000 pieces. And again, with the auctions here for their whitelist and all that stuff, it was going for, I believe, up to 6 or 7 ETH or something crazy like that. So, guys, it's really crazy, and they have a mint price that's pretty reasonable. A lot of other projects have a high mint price nowadays, so we just kind of expect a higher mint price now. But this is what a mint price should be. This is what it should be at, even though it is still pretty expensive. A lot of other projects, guys, they'll make you think that their mint price is reasonable for these certain reasons and stuff. But to be honest, I don't think it's reasonable to charge like 0.4 ETH or 0.3 ETH for any of these mints. I think this is really good and really reasonable, and it shows that they're for the community. And overall, I have spoken to their team a couple times. It does seem that they really know what they're doing, and they know what they're talking about, so I like that a lot. Overall, guys, this is just another one of these solid projects that I am going to be excited to mint. And just to let you guys know, I am on the whitelist for this one, so you know, really cool. And make sure to keep all these projects on your guys' radar, guys. That does not mean you have to go mint them. That does not mean you have to go pick them up off of OpenSea. That just means keep them on your radar. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into my Twitter. So guys, now going back onto my Twitter, we're growing insanely fast, as you guys can see. I think we have like 20,000 followers in 3 days, some crazy stuff. So guys, what I basically do here on my Twitter is I just update you guys with everything I'm seeing in the space, all my thoughts, and this is kind of the fastest way to reach out to me. And if you're a project and you want to collaborate with me, you can just simply DM me here, and I'll direct you to wherever you need to go. And also, I also want to mention that we do have a $15,000 Dark Echelon giveaway that's going to be announced very soon, so make sure to go enter for that. The floor for Dark Echelon is like 5.5 ETH or something like that, and if you don't know what this is my project, Dark Echelon, and in my opinion, it's one of the coolest projects out there. So super cool giveaway, guys. Make sure to go enter for that. It's going to be ending soon, so go ahead and do that. But guys, again, go follow my Twitter. I want all of my YouTube audience to go ahead and go check out my Twitter, and if you guys don't go follow it now. But guys, overall, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get to 20,000 subscribers while we're at it, guys. You guys are the best. Thank you for all the support recently. We've been growing insanely fast, guys. It's like hyperbolic growth pretty much. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.